Hello and welcome to Lessons in Miracles, where we discuss a Course in Miracles lesson every night. I'm Teri Angel, here with my co-host Karen Palmer. Hi, Karen.
Hello.
Look beautiful in pink tonight.
Thank you.
And we have Christine, Elizabeth, and Sunny. Auntie Jean Loriot.
Hello, everyone.
And Charlie Coons.
Hello, everyone.
So we are going to get going with our heart dive as Karen beautifully takes us in to open us up to whatever miracle lesson comes through tonight. So, Karen, thank you for being here.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, let's take that deep dive into the ocean of our absolute awareness and really let that beauty as you allow yourself to just reflect on the ocean as you're slowing down your breath and just thinking about how wonderful it is to know with certainty and without any doubt that we are all one in that ocean of absolute awareness. Let's just feel that for everyone who may have forgotten, and see how we can be the most helpful in this instant, because this instant is the only instant there really is. We are in the eternal now, the eternal presence. So just take this instant to imagine a gorgeous, gorgeous ocean setting. Feel the sand between your toes as you walk up towards the water. Feel the coolness of little sprinkles of water. All those little sprinkles are expressions of love. And as we see the waves coming in and going out, we think of all the beings on the planet, knowing that all lives that are happening are waves of wonder, and that every being that is having an experience of being a part of this beautiful, beautiful illusion of separation, of specialness, of sacrifice, of suffering, of duality, of differences, of distractions. We can know that those waves of wonder will never fool us again. For we are all one in the absolute ocean of awareness. Let us rest knowing, with no question ever again, this certainty does not leave us. This is the truth. and it stays with us. Today, in gratitude, we lift our hearts above despair, above the illusions, and we raise our thankful spiritual eye, no longer looking down at dust and delusions, no longer being fooled by duality or individuality. It's not real. All is one in the ocean of absolute awareness. This is where we live now. This is what we radiate. We sing this song of thankfulness today in honor of the innocent, true self that God has willed be our true identity. No more playing in the roles. No more wearing masks and costumes. We are the soul of love itself, expressing as a human, expressing as a flower, expressing as the ocean, expressing as our pets. We are what we've been looking for. Today we smile on everyone we see and walk with light footsteps as we go to do what we've been appointed to do. Our only function is the one love gave us. And what is that function? To rest as eternal presence in the absolute awareness, the absolute ocean of awareness, washing away anything and everything that is not love. Only love, only light. All is love. All is light. And all is one in the remembrance and the recognition of our true, original, innocent self, expressing, extending, and radiating into this world. And we can come back feeling that refreshment again, like we just had a big drink of lemonade on a very hot, hot day. So refreshed, so revitalized, so filled with overflowing love that all we want to do is share it. So here we are coming together to discuss this beautiful, beautiful lesson. Forgiveness is the key to happiness. Forgiveness to me is freedom. Forgiveness and salvation, it's all freedom, it's all resting in that knowing that freedom takes us out of the dream, takes us out of the illusion. And forgiveness is the gift that God's given us to use and utilize to remember our true identity.
Got a quiet group on here tonight, I see.
I flunked this lesson.
Where?
I'm sorry.
I flunked this lesson.
Oh,
I
okay.
always have trouble with the forgiveness one too.
I know. The same with me. First
'Cause
of all,
we already forgave him.
yeah. First of all, there isn't anyone who I have any problems with or resentment for, or I couldn't think. I tried and tried and I couldn't think of anyone. To find someone that I even disliked,
You
I
couldn't
had
find
to go.
me?
I had to go into the political realm to find that person. And then when I found him, then I tried to concentrate on him and do what Karen does so beautifully, is look for the light inside of him. I could not find any.
I found
Okay.
I
a,
love you, Auntie Jean.
I
You're so
found a,
sweet.
found a little twinkle.
Okay. Can I read from about this from the Insights?
Yes,
Because
please.
it reminded me of what we always say, to look past that human. From the little mind's perspective, it seems that the obvious approach would be to think of something somebody did that offended me and then try to forgive the offense. This is the typical ego approach. First, make the error real and then try to disregard the error while still maintaining its reality. Instead, this exercise disregards anything the quote enemy may have done. It merely tells us to select someone we regard as offensive in some way, and then it tells us to look for the light in that person, just what you were saying, Auntie Jean. It
Mm-hmm.
is training us to look past the form because the form is not real. What seemed to happen was only a dream of illusions interacting with illusions and could not be real. This exercise trains us to look past the unreal to the real, past the shadows to the light. As we can allow ourselves to see the light in an enemy and can equate that light with the light in a friend, it becomes easy then to equate that light with the light in ourselves. Our unity then becomes obvious, and in my mind, I have joined with my brothers. Forgiveness has happened. And it doesn't say that it's easy, but it is simple. All we need to do is see the light in my brother, give it my full attention. That's all. Looking past any of the illusion, anything that seemed to be real, looking past that, because the only reason it's difficult is because our human brain assigns it something that says you did wrong, and that's a judgment. We look at somebody and the things that have been happening that are it's all illusion, and that's the part that sometimes we have difficulty with. We can say that about little things, right? That was an illusion. But when it comes to the bigger spectrum, where we assign big, small, all of those comparison and competition words, all those judgment words, but looking past all of that is what this is trying to get us to do, and see that none of it is real. The only thing that's real is love. So in that, somewhere in that person, if it's a person that you're focused on, is that spark of love. It is there. But our human brain puts up a barrier that says, no, no, they did all this wrong stuff. And that's the judgment. And like Sharon teaches us, if there's no judgment, there's no need for forgiveness. So it's getting past the judgment. This is not easy. This is one of the hardest lessons I think that we do is throughout this whole course is all these lessons on forgiveness. But it is teaching us to look beyond what we see as, quote, real, because it's not real.
And also remember that we're being asked only to have spirit help us with this. We're being asked to have, just give the willingness, our little willingness to ask to see the light. Like what you said, Auntie Jean, that I do it so well. Believe me, I haven't always. And it's been a very big challenge. And asking Spirit to help me see. I will just basically say, please interpret this for me. Please help me to see this person as you would have to see that person. Help me to see this situation. I've been dealing with some really tough challenges, situations, and I've been asking, help me to see this in a way that it can be the most helpful, not just for me, but for entire creation. How can I use this difficult experience or this feeling that I have? And Auntie Jean, many people feel the way you feel. Many people feel what you're saying. It's hard for many people to have these challenges, but just asking Spirit, like, stop, Spirit, take over, please. And take this from me. All we need, it says all through the course, all we need is a little willingness. Our little willingness is enough. But the ego thought system will say, oh, no, that's not enough. You really need to work through this. You need to go back into your head and you need to think about that person and you need to find light in that person. And that's how the ego thought system keeps us in distraction. It keeps us believing that that person is different than me. No, that person is different than me. That person is you. That person.
Well, the thing is, I have neutral feelings, okay?
Yeah.
My feelings
That's good.
are totally neutral. But maybe I took it too seriously. To sit there and look at him and ask Spirit to help you and try to find something that showed me some light, some goodness, some high vibrations rather than totally low vibrations. I couldn't do that. I was a failure. I flunked.
No, you didn't flunk, Jean. But okay, so what you're doing is looking again at judgment. Good is a judgment. Bad is a judgment. All of that.
Eyes.
So it's not that we're to look for the good. We're to just put all of whatever we're seeing, that illusion, in a light that says that was an illusion. And I'm going to see that for what it is. It's the ego showing me that I have to compare. I have to say this one's good, that one's bad. We're not here to be judges.
No.
Just forgive the illusion itself.
Neutral about it. Okay.
Yeah, just forgive the illusion itself.
I'll just pray about it. Because, it's hard for me. This is hard.
It is. It's not an easy lesson.
No.
It's so easy for us to look at somebody like, let's say, Mother Teresa and all the good that she did. And we can say, oh my gosh, I can just see the light, right? And then we look at somebody else that has done horrible things against humanity and we can't see that, just like what you're saying. You're having difficulty seeing the light. but it's not about what that person has done. That's the whole thing. We're judging based on acts, and love is not based on acts. Love is free. It's freely given. It is our birthright to be loved by our Creator. And when we can finally let that sink in, that's our birthright. I have a right to love, and I have a right to be loved. All of us do, because we're all created equal.
Okay.
Not
Thank you.
forgiveness again. Like
I'm
Pam said.
sorry.
No, like Pam said. Not forgiveness again.
Not forgiveness again.
You.
Because it's a
Well,
hard lesson.
That's
I had the same
yeah.
when we did the other one, Charlie, too. Like,
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Well,
like
when we don't get our lesson, it keeps repeating until we get it. That's the thing.
Yeah.
probably.
wow, they better keep repeating it because we're gonna.
Well, that's the state of mind, though, Charlie.
so I got a
And
little.
that's what it's asking for, is that we
I got a
yeah,
little sparkle of light.
good. Yeah, it's asking that we release all of that. It's going to be hard. It's going to be difficult, and accept this is our lesson, to let go, to forgive. And forgiveness, if y'all remember, forgiveness is not about anybody else. Keep that out there. Make a big banner about it. Forgiveness is not about another person or a thing or an event. Forgiveness is in here.
Mhm.
And that might make it a little bit easier. It has nothing to do with what that person did or said. It's about us. And are we going to hold on to something that's hurtful? Are we going to hold on to something that we judge? Or are we going to say, no, I'm going with spirit on this one? And spirit says everybody is equal in their right to be loved.
I think maybe the problem is I have to start saying, I can't, how can I'm forcing myself to find something to meet the expectations of the lesson.
There
Instead,
you go.
say, I have no animosity to anybody. I have forgiven everybody, and not force myself to find somebody that I dislike. You know,
Jean, I think you just hit on the key. It's the expectations,
Gandhi.
Mhm.
right? You just
Right.
said it, and that's it. What expectation are we putting out that that person has to meet our criteria before I can even forgive them, right? I love this. This is a really deep discussion tonight, you guys.
I am happy and joyful every day and look at the very positive.
Chris did you hear Chris? She had
I
something to say.
did. I did. And I love that she's happy and positive every day. That's
Me too.
amazing.
Yeah.
And yeah, I love being in that world where it's like, okay, I know that there's all these things that are the illusion of what's happening here. It's all our movie. It's all part of why we came here, right? To learn those lessons and to learn from what we're observing. But if we can step away and be the observer, then we don't have to put our expectation into it. We just watch the movie.
Yeah. We don't live in that world anymore. We don't belong
No,
to that world anymore.
nope.
We have made like heaven for ourselves, and that's what it takes is making heaven. I don't even know how to say this, but accept what we are, accept how God created us, accept that we are part of Him, that we are Him, and that everything is beautiful. And that's the world we live in. At least that's the world I live in. I shouldn't I should include everybody when I say things like that. But I mean, we don't live in that old world anymore. That was the 3D world. We're beyond that. We're beyond that. And that's what's going to change our planet. It's because more and more people are living in the fifth dimension. And so our whole planet is going to change. Anyway, that's the way I see it. Sorry.
Oh, Jean, will you ever learn that there is no sorry?
I never. No, you're going to have to live with me on that.
I love you anyway.
Nothing to be sorry about. We're just all here sharing, and sharing is caring, and love is all there is.
That's right.
But see, that way you have to exercise your forgiveness. So
Nothing to forgive
to me,
here.
Again, it's a twist of words. Forgiveness to me is freedom. So, maybe you could try changing the word to freedom to yourself. Just, and, play around with it with spirit. Ask spirit to help you, interpret for you. Don't try and do this, with your ego mind. Do this with your Christ mind. Ask Christ to help, ask the Christ in you to be helpful. And how can I see this differently? It's that lesson, my favorite, one of the absolute ones that I go back to all the time is, above all else, I want to see this differently.
Mm-hmm.
And I say it like whenever something comes up that I don't understand. I'm grateful for what I don't understand. Above all else, I want to see this differently. So let me see it the way that God wants me to see it.
Yeah, and remember, if there's something that you're not able to get past in someone, especially people that have come here and done horrible things, just remember you're not upset for the reason you think you are.
yes,
That's a good one to go back to. Charlie, did you want to add anything before we go to the next lesson?
No, we're good.
Okay.
All right. So this is a beautiful, beautiful segue into what we were just talking about. Lesson 122. Forgiveness offers everything I want. What could you want forgiveness cannot give? Do you want peace? Forgiveness offers it. Do you want happiness, a quiet mind, a certainty of purpose, and a sense of worth and beauty that transcends the world? Do you want care and safety and the warmth and sure protection always? Do you want a quietness that cannot be disturbed, a gentleness that never can be hurt, a deep, abiding comfort, and a rest so perfect it can never be upset? All this forgiveness offers you and more. It sparkles on your eyes as you awake and gives you joy with which to meet the day. It soothes your forehead while you sleep and rests upon your eyelids, so you see no dreams of fear and evil, malice and attack. And when you wake again, it offers you another day of happiness and peace. All this forgiveness offers you and more. Forgiveness lets the veil be lifted up that hides the face of Christ from those who look with unforgiving eyes upon the world. It lets you recognize that we are all one with God and clears your memory of all dead thoughts so that remembrance of eternal presence can arise across the threshold of your mind. What would you want that forgiveness cannot give? What gifts but these are worthy to be sought? What fancied value, trivial effect, or transient promise, never to be kept, can hold more hope than what forgiveness brings? Why would you seek an answer other than the answer that will answer everything? Here is the perfect answer given to imperfect questions, meaningless requests, half-hearted willingness to hear, and less than halfway diligence and partial trust. Here is the answer. Seek for it no more. You will not find another one instead. God's plan for your salvation cannot change, nor can it fail. Be thankful it remains exactly as He planned it. Changelessly, it stands before you like an open door, with warmth and welcome calling you beyond the doorway, bidding you to enter in and make yourself at home where you belong. Here is the answer. Would you stand outside a while? All of heaven waits for you within. Forgive and be forgiven. As you give, you will receive. There is no plan but this for the salvation of the Son of God. Let us today rejoice that this is so, for here we have an answer, clear, plain, beyond deceit in its simplicity. All the complexities the world has spun of fragile cobwebs disappear before the power and the majesty of this extremely simple statement of truth. Here is the answer. Do not turn away in sinless and aimless wanderings again. Accept salvation now. It is the gift of God, not of the world. The world can give no gifts of any value to a mind that has received what God has given as its own. God's will, salvation be received today, and that the intricacies of your dreams no longer hide their nothingness from you. Open your eyes today and look upon a happy world of safety and of peace. Forgiveness is the means by which it comes to take the place of hell. In quietness, it rises up to greet your open eyes and fill your heart with deep tranquility and ancient truths. Forever newly born arises in your awareness. What will you remember then can never be described, yet your forgiveness offers it to you. Remembering the gifts forgiveness gives, we undertake our practicing today and hope with faith that this will be the day salvation will be ours. Earnestly and gladly, we will seek for it today, aware that we hold the key within our hands, accepting heaven's answer to the hell that we made, but where we would remain no more. Morning and evening do we gladly give a quarter of an hour to the search in which the end of hell is guaranteed. Begin in hopefulness, for we have reached the turning point at which the road becomes far easier. And now the way is short, that yet we travel. We are close indeed to the appointed ending of this dream. Sink into happiness as you begin these practice periods, for they hold out the sure rewards of questions answered and what your acceptance of answers brings. Today, it will be given you to feel the peace of forgiveness offers and the joy the lifting of the veil holds out to you. Before the light you will receive today, the world will fade until it disappears, and you will see another world arise, and you will have no words to picture. Now we walk directly into the light. We receive the gifts that we have been held in store for us since time began, kept waiting for today. Forgiveness offers everything you want. Today, all things you want are given you. Let not your gifts recede throughout the day as you return again to meet a world of shifting change and bleak appearances. Retain your gifts in clear awareness as you see the changeless in the heart of change, the light behind all appearances. Be tempted not to let your gifts slip by and drift into forgetfulness, but hold them firmly in your mind by your attempts to think of them at least a minute as each quarter of an hour passes by. Remind yourself how precious are the gifts with this reminder, which has power to hold your gifts in your awareness throughout the day. Forgiveness offers everything I want. Today I have accepted this as true. Today I have received the gifts of God.
Beautiful. Forgiveness offers everything I want. Or as we like to substitute, freedom offers everything I want. If you have a problem with the word forgiveness, just substitute it.
Or pick another one, or talk to spirit about what word would be the most helpful for us to be able to receive this lesson. The lessons,
I like love.
yeah, the lessons are they're gifts, and when we have that willingness to ask spirit to help us, it changes everything. As
Jean
we
just
change,
received the world.
as we go into
There's the
now
world.
you have
Hold
the
it in
whole
your
world in your
hand.
hand, Auntie Jean.
Oh, I love that.
Beautiful.
All right.
Like I could throw it.
And
Oh, yeah, we're
then
bouncing ball.
Beautiful.
Okay, so we're going to change our hats.
Okay.
Go into our chanting part.
And hello
Chanting
to
for
beautiful Miracle
Change.
Marlene. Hello, hello.
Yes. All right, so I put the first chant up there. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Karen, would you talk about that?
Okay, so this is where we're going to chant 3 times slow, and then we'll chant 108 times all together as our beautiful family, beautiful Auntie Jean will let us know when we get to that magic number. And then beautiful Teri Angel will lead us in a short meditation on freedom, and then we'll go into our second chant. So we declare that all obstacles be removed. Om
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
We declare that all barriers, conflicts, and violence be removed.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
We declare that all illusions and illness be removed. Om
Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam 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 Ganapataye Namaha.
Namaha. Om Gam
Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gam
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Om
Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam
Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam
Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam
Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam
Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om
Gam
Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam
Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam
Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
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 Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha. Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha. Om
Om
Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha. Om
Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha. Om
Om
Gam
Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha. Om
Om
Gam
Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om
Gam
Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam
Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Om
Om
Gam
Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam
Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om
Gam
Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha. Om
Om
Gam
Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Om
Om
Gam
Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha. Om
Gam
Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Pataye Namaha.
Om
Om
Gam
Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gam
Om Ganapataye Namaha.
Om
Om Gam
Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om
Om Gam
Ganapataye Namaha.
Oh, let's take a breath into our heart center, feeling that beautiful energy of freedom. When we let go of all those barriers that we make up in our mind that are there, keeping us from our Creator, when we look at things as obstacles and we let that go, we reach that energy that's higher up than the 3D energy. We go more toward the 5D, and where we can manifest. We manifest miracles, we manifest experiences, we manifest whatever we want our world to look like when we let go of the restrictions that we have on it. So that's where we are going with our next chant. We're so happy that Marlene joined us, and anyone else who's finding us right now, thank you for coming in. We are going to change to our next chant. I'll put the words up and ask Karen if you will please talk about Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Yes, so this is where we're going to chant 3 times slow, and then we'll chant 108 times all together as our beautiful family. And beautiful Auntie Jean will let us know when we get to that magic number. And then beautiful Teri Angel will lead us in our next part of our session. So we declare that all are accepting, aligning, allowing, and awake. Nam Myoho
Renge Kyo.
We declare that all are happy and healthy. Nam Myoho Renge
Kyo.
We declare that all live in peace and harmony and are open and ready to receive miracles. Nam Myoho
Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo. Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge
Nam
Kyo. Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge Kyo.
Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge Kyo.
Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo. Nam
Myoho Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge Kyo.
Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo. Nam
Myoho Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo. Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge Kyo.
Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam Myoho
Kyo. Nam
Renge Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge Kyo.
Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge Kyo.
Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge Kyo.
Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge Kyo.
Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge Kyo.
Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge Kyo.
Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
nam yo renge
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho Renge
Myoho Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge Kyo.
Renge Kyo. Nam
Nam Myoho
Myoho
Renge Kyo.
Renge Kyo. Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo. Nam
Nam Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo. Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo. Nam Myoho
Nam Myoho
Renge
Renge Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho Renge
Renge Kyo.
Kyo. Nam Myoho
Nam Myoho
Renge Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge Kyo.
Renge Kyo. Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge Kyo.
Kyo. Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho
Myoho Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho. Let's go back into our hearts. This time, place your hand on your heart. This brings your focus there. But more importantly, you can feel your heartbeat. You can tune into that beautiful rhythm of your heart and sync that rhythm, that beautiful heartbeat, with the heartbeat of Mama Gaia and with the heartbeat of the universe. Every night we give honor and glory to our Creator, and we do this by chanting Om. So as you are chanting Om, keep your hand on your heart and just see if you feel that connection. See if you are pouring that love forward and measuring it and meeting it up with the heartbeat that's out there already in the universe. And just let it come into sync. And then after that, stay in that heart space and let your heart and your brain connect. So bringing all that wonderful, good energy together with our heart, our brain, the universe, and Mama Gaia. And then we're going to give it out all over the planet. We're going to send our love forward. So right now, just take a deep breath in, feel your heartbeat, and let's chant Om 3 times. As you feel that beautiful connection, actually hear the heartbeat. In the silence, you're able to hear it. You feel it with your hand, your physical hand, but you hear the heartbeat of Mama Gaia. You hear the heartbeat of the universe coming from the great central sun. So connect that in with your human brain and let them communicate. Let them know that there is only love. Everything else is part of the illusion. There's only love without any judgment or any criticism. And then let's take that love, let's coddle it, let's nourish it, and let's send it out on its huge assignment to go out into the world and shine a light, bringing the love energy and the love frequency higher and higher on our planet. So take that breath in, focus on your love, and then let's give it out to the world. Om Shanti Shanti. Om Peace, Peace, Peace. Thank you to our Creator that we just honored with chanting Om. Thank you to everyone who's here as a spark of the divine, who's shining your light. And the more we breathe into it, the higher the flame goes, And the brighter that light goes out onto our planet. Feel that energy of peace. Feel your heart connected with the heart of all that is, that great field of oneness. Om Shanti. Every night we make a declaration about peace on our earth. I'm going to put the declaration up on the screen, and I'm going to see if Christine will guide us in this tonight.
I read prayer that peace on earth and a year to your forward year baby white sunny instance baby by saint of course. 1, 2, 3.
We declare
that there is peace
that there
on earth,
is peace on earth,
and we declare
and we declare
that peace
that
begins
peace begins
inside of us.
inside of us. Always.
And forever.
Amen.
Amen.
Charles?
Yes.
How long we been doing this, Charlie?
We've been doing this for 6 days now as a group known as the
Peace.
Peace for peace.
Yes.
And we are the Pea Pod. We are the Peas for Peace. Teri is a P, and Karen is a P, and Charlie is a P, and Chris and Sunny are P's, and Marlene is a P, and I'm a P. So the only question is, since we're all P's, wouldn't you like to be a P?
Yeah, too.
And if we're all P's, then we can bring peace to the earth for everybody, which is God's wish. So, and we
That's right.
start off by being kind.
Yeah.
Be kind. I love it. Oh, so wouldn't you like to be a P2? You are, if you're here. That's what Auntie Jean was explaining. If you're listening to this, whether you're listening to it right now while we're live on the air or later, it doesn't matter because there's no such thing as time. But that means that you are one of us. You're gathered here with us as a P. And if Gracie were here, she'd say that the hills are live.
With the sound of chanting.
And the sprinkling of peace.
And the smiles.
And be kind.
I should say be kind.
We miss you, Gracie. We love you so much.
Maybe her and Catherine are together having tea.
They may be. You never know. So come back tomorrow. We love you all so much. We're here every night doing this. And stay in your heart. Stay blessed. And we'll see you tomorrow. Good night, Marlene. Good night, Gracie, wherever you are. Good night, everyone. So much love. We leave you with
Namaste.
Namaste, y'all.
Namaste, y'all.
Bye, everyone.